Definition of the ether. The ether is pure potential, non-Cartesian counterspatial inertia, the essence of all field modalities. The attribute of the ether is the aristos dyad, so-called indefinite dyad or attribute of the absolute. Only two foundations of cosmic foundations have ever been postulated, one being the ether, the other an impossibility for which observed phenomena say is false, that being atomism. Ether is the antecedent subject we loosely call energy, or pure potential from which, by which, and of which all things are possible. All matter and atoms are compounded ether condensates, or ultra-high energy light compounds. Here is a quote from Nikola Tesla. Light is a longitudinal disturbance in the ether. Light is a, quote, sound wave in the ether. Here is a quote from James Clerk Maxwell in his treatise on electricity and magnetism. Quote, this medium of propagation, the ether, must exist. This medium must be a prominent thought in our investigations. Here is another quote from James Clerk Maxwell in his treatise on electricity and magnetism, volume 2. Quote, there appears to be in the minds of these supposed eminent men some prejudice or priori object against the hypothesis of a medium, the ether, in which the phenomena of light, electrical actions at a distance take place, the existence of a medium in which light is propagated. But in all these theories, the insane atomistic ones, the question naturally occurs, if something is transmitted from one particle to another at distance, what is the condition of it after it has left one particle and before it reaches another? If this something is the potential energy of the two particles, as in Newman's theory, how are we to conceive of this energy existing in a point of space, coinciding with neither one particle nor the other? In fact, wherever energy is transmitted from one body to another in time, there must be a medium or substance in which the energy exists after it leaves one body before it reaches the other. For energy, as Torricelli remarked, is a quintessence of so subtle a nature that it cannot be any vessel except in the inmost substance of a thing. Counterspatial / dielectricity, the ether. Here is a quote from Sir Isaac Newton in his Letters to Bentley, 1692. It is inconceivable that inanimate matter should, without the mediation of something else, which is not material, operate upon and affect other matter without mutual contact. Gravity should be innate, inherent, and essential to matter, so that one body may act upon another at a distance through a vacuum, without the mediation of anything else, by and through which their action and course may be conveyed from one to another. Is to me so great an absurdity that I believe no man who has in philosophical matters a competent faculty of thinking can ever fall into for it. Gravity must be caused by an agent acting constantly according to certain laws, but whether this agent be material or immaterial, I have left to this consideration of my readers. Here is a quote from Ken Wheeler. The single greatest fear you can instill in any relativist or materialist is to ask them to define a field, gravitational, magnetic, dielectric, or electric. The 1,000-pound gorilla in the room of relativity is that action reactions, and atomic operations are mediated by and through a field which no relativist can or dares define. All fields are the ether. All fields are modalities of the ether without exception. Any conception of action at a distance without an ether field as mediator is illogical, senseless, and impossible.